Tiffany of Tip Stitch, and if you've been following me on my YouTube channel, you know that I am a sewing blogger slash vlogger. And I typically bring you videos on my YouTube channel that include pattern hauls, fabric hauls, what I've made this quarter, what I plan to make for the next season, all things sewing related. Today's video is going to be a little different because I just purchased the Cricut Maker. Now, most of you who sew or embroider or crochet or knit do more than just one of those things, right? You're either into all of those things and are paper crafting and are woodworking and are jewelry making, like so many different things. And I'm primarily a sewist. I do consider myself a sewist more so than a maker, but I do also like making things. So that's where the Cricut Maker is going to come into play. I've never owned a Cricut before. This is my first Cricut purchase, and I'm super excited to get into this box and get to crafting with vinyl and cork and leather and whatever else I can think of to work with. So let's get right into the unboxing. Okay guys, let's jump straight in. What I would say first is this box is way larger than I thought it would be. Like I said, I've never owned a Cricut before, and I've never, well, I'm sure I've seen them in Joann's or, you know, Walmart or Target or wherever they're sold, but I've never paid much attention to their size. And since the Maker is sort of the upgrade from the Air and the Air 2, I guess it's larger. I don't know. This box is way larger than I thought it would be, but that just might be my naivete. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up to show you what comes in the box. I did peek in it last night when it arrived, when I unboxed it from its shipping box, but then I decided, nope, no peekies. I'm going to wait until I can unbox this with you guys. So let's see. When you open up the box, of course, you get a lot of cardboard, but you also get this Let's Get Started box, which I believe, based on my little bit of research, is going to be the materials that you need for your first project. So let's open this up and get a look in there. There's just a little tab. Oh, this is nice. This is like a Samsung kind of product, like black with the sort of heavy cardstock to give you a little gift package of everything you need to get started. So let's see what's in here. First, we have an envelope with a little Cricut seal. So cute, so branded well. Oops, a little bit of a tear. So I believe the first project is a greeting card, which is not something that I know that I'll make in the future or not, but it comes with some cardstock, another piece of cardstock, and a piece of fabric. So that's what you're going to use through the first project. I think I'm going to record when I do that as well. So that's in the box. Also in the box is your rotary cutter blade. And from the little bit of research that I've done so far, the rotary cutter blade is what you need to cut fabrics. And it's why you don't need to back your fabrics now on the Cricut Maker like you did with the Cricut Air 2. Because this little rotary blade is supposed to be able to cut through fine fabrics like crepe up until really sturdy fabrics like burlap, to my understanding. And here's a little welcome book as well that shows you the different kind of things I believe you can make with the Maker, how to use the design space, which I've actually already been playing around in. I created my design space account as soon as I ordered the Maker. So this is nice, a really nice glossy book. I'll look through that in more detail later. And is there anything under this tray? Oh, all right, we got more stuff. Under here, we have something that you need for the rotary cutter. I don't think it's going to zoom in on that because it's clear, but it is the rotary cutter blade cap. I'm assuming this is the power cord or some kind of charging cord. It comes with a fine tip pin, and then this is just the warranty information in the box. All right, so we got everything there. So let me actually, I'm a person who likes to keep everything like it came. So let me put everything back in here. So put the little tray back in, put our envelope back in. I'm gonna set this to the side. Oh, I guess I should have showed you guys this top flap too. So on this top flap, let me pull the whole thing closer. On this top flap, you can see what is included. So of course you get the Maker, the machine. And then these are what's included. You get the premium fine tip blade, which is what I think you use just to cut out regular kind of stuff like vinyl and maybe iron on and I don't know, the basic stuff, cardstock, paper, whatever. The rotary blade, like I said, to my understanding, is to cut fabric and heavier things. I think you can use it to cut a lot of things as well. And then the fine point pen is just because, of course, with your Cricut Maker, you can also write. So you can like address envelopes or write something that you're going to frame, and just because, like, if you're like me, your penmanship's terrible and you can't really hand draft that kind of stuff. The things that are optional is the knife blade, which is what I believe you need to cut through the cork and the wood and the heavier, thicker fabrics. Or thicker material, sorry, not fabrics. And then there's a scoring wheel, which I believe you need mostly if you make like gift boxes or cards or something that needs to be scored because you're going to fold it. Then there's also a washable fabric pen, which is great because now that the Cricut Maker can sew fabric without the bonding, so like without being interfaced, you can do more with your sewing projects. And they partnered with Simplicities and I think a few other pattern makers to make some patterns accessible so that you can simply print them or cut them directly on your maker for their patterns. Now it is mostly kids sort of clothing patterns or crafting patterns or probably like quilting patterns, but I mean, I'm sure that can come in useful for somebody, maybe not me. But if you're doing those kind of things, you can also mark on it with a washable fabric pen, which is what this one is. And that's just what you would do if you're a sewist, period, to transfer all your markings and things like that. It's just that the machine can actually do it for you. And then you have a calligraphy pen. So again, if you're trying to like address wedding envelopes or Christmas cards or whatever it is that you're addressing, you could use something fancier like the Cricut pen. All right, let's move on. Jumping into the box now that we sort of know what to expect. Take all the cardboard boxing out, right? Oops. And here is the machine. Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna have to like get in here to really get it out. All right, so let me lift that out first. Slide this whole thing back and then set it down. All right, so like I said, this whole thing is bigger than I thought it would be. It's not that it's that deep, but it's actually quite long. But again, cute little Cricut button. Let's pull that up. Oh, it's so nice. Get this plastic up under it. Oh, look at that. It's also shrink wrapped, which, wow. They really want to protect it. So it's nice to know that it's in here. It's all in one piece. It definitely shipped well. That's great. And the shrink wrap is of course going to protect it. I went with the champagne color. It also comes in a pinkish color. I don't know what they call it. And a blue color. I don't really know what they call that one either. I think it's like, I don't think it's rose gold, but the other one is just like a baby blue kind of color. I went with the champagne, which actually with my camera lights on it just looks sort of silver, but I do think it's a very, very, very light gold. And it has sort of a black base on the bottom, and I don't have scissors right here, so I'll just use my fingers. I'll go ahead and pull the shrink wrap off, which is always so satisfying. Oops. I should have been ready with scissors. Oh, look at that. So satisfying always to pull off shrink wrap. Let me pull the camera down a little so we can get a better view of this maybe. Sorry, I should have probably cut and then did this, but there we go. All right, so let's move the shrink wrap out the way. Also, in the very bottom of the box, now that I've zoomed out and you can't see, there is the power cord for the machine, and that was down in the packaging in the bottom of the box. So that is everything, I believe, that's in the box. Oh, no, here are my mats. So here is the, now I gotta zoom out again, hold on. This is the Cricut mat. I believe this one is the light grip. Oh, it's right there. It is the light grip mat, and then the pink is the fabric grip mat. So I think I still need a normal grip mat. I'm not really sure what the different level of grips are for. I looked into it, but not very deeply. So I feel like I need a regular, and I don't think I'm going to need a heavy right away. The heavy is more for the corkboard and the leather, which I think I'll probably work my way up to. But I believe that the heavy is purple and the regular is green, so I'll need to be placing an order for those soon. But so far I have those, and I've been told that even though it ships and they're sort of bent like this, that if you just lay them flat, that they'll flatten out. There's not a problem later about feeding them through the machine. And just want to make sure, yes, that is definitely all that was in the box. So here's the machine. Again, I've never had a Cricut. I'm so excited. You guys don't know that I have this Cricut. It actually arrived yesterday and my husband was like, what is that thing? And I was telling him sort of what it could do. And I actually think he's really excited now because he's already thinking about stuff that we can do to make our lives easier with the kids, like science fair things and like the boards and different stuff he wants, like personalizing his mugs and things. Anyway, I think this is about to be a family project. So I also think Miss Socialite is going to love this, especially now that she's into like unicorns and holographic everything. Like, this is going to be awesome. Anyway, so what I do know is that once you lift this lid, that the bottom is supposed to fall down. Wow, look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then let's remove the styrofoam. Like I said, I've done a little bit of research. So what I know is that this is the accessory. Let me zoom in. This is the accessory portion. So this is where I would put that fine tip pen that we saw in the box. And then this is where you have your fine tip blade. And I believe that is the one that is already installed. Yes. And you can switch that out. Where's the other box? For your different types of blades later. So you can switch that out and put the rotary blade in there. Or you could, let me find the pen. Here's the pen. Let's open that up. You can take the pen, you take the cap off some kind of way. I think you're supposed to line something up, press this down, and then this is what can do your writing. So your calligraphy pen, there's a scoring pen, your fine point pens, your different weights of pens go in that one, and then the instrument that cuts go in this one. So the knife blade that doesn't come with it, the rotary blade that does come with it, there's a, I think this is called a fine tip. There's also a deep tip or something like that that cuts through thicker stuff, but stuff that's not quite so thick it needs a knife. Again, I'm going to learn all about this as we go, and I will share it with y'all. But what I do know is that those are what the two things are for. And there's actually extra storage. Let me zoom back out. There's actually extra storage in this bottom plate for your accessories. So to my understanding, you can put your different blades in here. So if you have a knife blade and you have your rotary blade, those kinds of things can be housed here. Keep your pins there. You can keep your extra actual blades, not just the housing, on a magnetic strip that's inside of here. And that way you can keep everything nice and together. There's also these two storage cups on the side that you can store your taller things in the back, so like your pins and such, and then your shorter things like maybe the casings or whatever, the housings in this lower one. The shorter one has, oh actually they both have sort of foam in the bottom, so I guess that's supposed to help protect your blades. To my understanding, that's what that's for. Alright, so all of this seems really cool. This of course is where you put your mats when it's time to do whatever you're going to do, right? And it slides in and it does this thing and it spits it back out. Very much like a printer, I guess, right? And then there's some buttons over here. Let's zoom in on those. Now again, I've never had a Cricut, but I do believe that this one is to insert and exert the mat, so that it knows to take it in or take it out. I think the Cricut button is sort of like go, like print. I think so. Power, of course, is just to turn it on, and I don't have it plugged in, so I can't do that now. And then there's a pause button. I guess that's if you have any type of problem with your project, you can put it on pause. So let me zoom back out. That is everything that I have with the machine and pretty much what it comes with. Come out a little bit more. Okay. And let's see, I bought mine with a vinyl bundle, so I also have a few extra things included. Let me close this back up. I think you just have to lift it and then push this back down. There we go. So I also, like I said, bought this vinyl bundle. So in addition to the two mats that you get with the Maker, the light grip and the fabric, you get the pen, you get the rotary wheel that I put back inside of there. It comes with the fine tip blade in the casing, and that's pretty much all it comes with. There's also, I think, a charging cable so that you can charge your accessories. And of course the plug and all that kind of stuff, right? The warranty, your first project, all the stuff that I just showed you comes with the Maker, period. But in addition to that, I ordered this vinyl bundle that brings you a weeding tool kit. And this is what you use to like pull the stuff off of your vinyl, right? The stuff that you don't want to transfer. The weeding tool kit, that's what they call it when you pull all the excess off is weeding. So there is a pair of tweezers, a hook weeder, a regular weeder, some fine tweezers, and something else. Oh, they give it to me on the back. All right, there is, let's see if I can get that into focus. Yes, there is a weeder, the hook weeder, the piercing tool, the hook tweezers, and the fine tweezers. So I think that's pretty much what I would need to get started. So I felt pretty good about that. It also came with two different types of vinyl. So the first one is a premium vinyl. That might be too much glare. A premium vinyl, and it is true brushed. So I don't think I'm going to open this quite yet because I haven't decided how exactly I'm going to store my vinyl since this is sort of new to me. But there are 3 different shades of vinyl in here. It's like a sort of a gunmetal, a silver, and a copperish gold kind of color. And it just has a brushed metallic look to it. So I could definitely see making some mugs or something with that. This is the permanent vinyl, not the iron-on. So this could go on the wood or the wall or outside or on a sign or different things like that. This one is also a permanent vinyl that came with the vinyl bundle, and it is textured metallic. Let me see if I can get that to come into focus. There we go. Vinyl, textured metallic. So this one has 3 different colors. Maybe you can see it a little bit. Of, again, probably a gold, a copper, brass kind of color, and a silver. And this has more of a textured aluminum foil like sort of look with the metallic colors. And one of these also came with transfer tape, and that's what you use to get your vinyl onto the project that you're working with. But they also sent a 12-inch by 48-inch roll of just the transfer tape, which is what you use to do, like I said, your transferring of your vinyl. So this is all I have, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to make projects and show them to you guys. I know there are a lot of people out there doing Cricut videos, but I was gonna do this anyway, so why not record it? And I hope that your share this journey with me or I'll inspire you as a sewist to venture out and try a Cricut Maker or a Cricut Air 2, because that one's still a great machine. But I just wanted to have the flexibility to do everything that's available now, and this is the machine that does that. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.